Learn how to extradite yourself when something is said that doesn't, you don't have to, respond immediately to something that isn't right, shouldn't have been said. Learn to pull back. Number 7, don't guilt them. You know what you did? Do you remember what you said? Had it not been for you, you're the one who gave me this advice in the first place. Take accountability. Hold yourself accountable. And as you gain your maturity, stand with the good and bad decisions that you made in life, irrespective of the advice and the influence that was put towards you. Number 8, you do not have to be available to others all the time, including your parents. Like, there are certain moments where there can be a delay in your arrival. There are certain moments where, although it is something that you know that they need you today, that for a vested interest, or until a situation calms down, or until something comes into play, or something happens, you can delay your natural inclination. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to respond right now. Number 9, self-care. Take care of yourself. And it's important, even with our parents, especially with those who we recognize, as we spoke earlier about toxic behaviors. There are at times those who have latent trauma and hardships that have been impressed upon them in their life that remain. And that it becomes important for us to shelter ourselves, shelter our future children from them equally. And to plan on how to take care of ourselves and others. And I end with dua. Subhanallah, the Prophet ﷺ lived a life of dua, right? The whole existence of Rasulullah ﷺ was an example of what it means to be in constant worship of Allah in dua. From the moment he wakes to the moment he sleeps, to the dhikr that he makes between the prayers, entering and exiting. All of his life was about the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asking Allah for things. And one of the things that I think solidifies all of the themes of yesterday and today is a life of dua is a life that is better than a life without dua. Where you have in your heart that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reachable, is answering, is acknowledging, is witnessing, is hearing, is seeing my condition. That you have it in your heart that I make dua for each and every aspect of my life is one of the things that liberates you from some of the stresses that you have. That I understand that my dua is not necessarily a button that I push that brings the elevator down that I can get on, or that I have an immediate response. But that I have a connection to a power that is beyond me is more important than whether that power is given to me instantaneously or not. The knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, hears me, sees me, is meant to be more comforting than the odd occasion where I get exactly what I want when I want it. In the totality of your life, it is better for you to have some of the things you pray for deprived and gifted to you by Allah in a better circumstance, in a way and in a time that is known in the knowledge of Allah as being more befitting to you than what it is that you seek in this moment for yourself. So make dua for your parents. And make dua for those who are living and those who have returned to Allah. And for those of us whose parents are alive, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put barakah in their life and good deeds in their actions. And for those whose parents have returned to Allah, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send light upon their graves and rahmah upon them in the place that they lay in rest. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala joins us with our families and our loved ones at the heights of